Welcome, leaders, teams, and those ready to take charge of their energy. It's Kelly Buboltz, your guide in workforce energy management. Burnout is not just a buzzword, it's a symptom of deeper root cause stressors. We're here to stop waiting for the change and start leading it. It's time to reclaim our energy and lead our days with intention and purpose. In this episode, we're going to be talking about procrastination. We're going to not just talk about a form of procrastination that's maybe not what you think, but also a tip to work through it. So I am a procrastinator, not on a high scale, but mostly on the shiny object distraction scale, where I want to work on multiple things all at once while also discovering new things to work on. In behavioral science, my work style is I influence, which means I like to move very fast and I like to have my hands in lots of places, but I'm not as great on all the way follow through. So the way that I do that is addressing some of my procrastination tendencies so that I can get the goal completed, so I can get everything through the finish line. Now, how this has gotten complex in the procrastination type of area is there's a productive way to use procrastination. And that's kind of where I've been, because it hasn't been a big issue where I've missed deadlines, and it hasn't been a big issue where I don't get important things done. It's been an issue of overwhelm. It's been an issue of doing too many things at once, that multitasking that can completely drain your energy. And what that's called is productive procrastination, which means you need to get this one thing done, but instead of doing that, you do all these other little things. You might clean the house, suddenly you're doing the dishes or rearranging cupboards. You might be reorganizing office supplies at work. Maybe you should be studying for something, and now you're working on this other thing, which also needs to be done, but it's not as priority at top of the list as the thing you're avoiding. So that's called productive procrastination, which means, is there productivity output happening? Yes. Is it on the priority items and areas that you should be? No. So it's still procrastination. And that's kind of in the realm that I sit, is I can do lots of things. I can multitask, but is it the thing that I should be working on? Probably not. So the way that I have actually been able to combat this productive procrastination is not only prioritizing what I want to work on today and then time blocking that out. So that's focused time, no distractions, no notifications, just getting it through some sort of progress. And even that, I struggled with productivity procrastination. So I had to apply another tool. So I'm already doing some time blocking, some focus work without the distractions, setting a small goal I want to get done within that time frame. But then I need to start. And this is where productivity procrastination wants to creep in, right? It's like, oh, well, maybe I can start after this. And maybe I can start after I get that done and this. Nope. To get started, I use the 2-minute rule. And the 2-minute rule helps you interrupt that spiral. It's just committing to starting a task for 2 minutes. That's it. No pressure, no perfection, just start. And once you're in motion, momentum starts to take over, right? You start to get into it. And that's the sweet spot, because now you not only moved out of the spiral and the draining multitasking, but now you're into that focused work. So let me ask you something. Where in your day do you get stuck the longest, where you get all those distractions and head into that spiral? Understanding the triggers around that is important. So for example, mine is usually in the morning and I'm trying to head out and there's something that has to be done. But the kitchen, there's things to do. There's things to do with the kids. There's other things that I see that need to be organized or on the to-do list at home. Low priority, but that's where my spiral begins. So what I've had to start doing is identifying what needs to be done in the morning before I head out for work. That's it. Nothing else matters. There might be other things on the list and projects, but in the morning, where it's kind of a controlled chaos, that's where I start to spiral. I need focus on the things that I need to get done right now, the highest priority. So where do you get stuck? Where does your spirals begin? Identify that, because there's some triggers in there. And then identifying what's the difference between a task that's hard and a task that's just not started. Because sometimes the things on our list seem daunting. I don't want to start this. I don't want to get into it. but maybe it's just not started. It's those tasks that if you gave 2 minutes to it and you got into this focused flow, that you probably complete it off your list. Those are big movers off your to-do list, off the things that you carry from day to day to day. So really identifying the triggers of where you get stuck, where you start spiraling in this productivity procrastination, and then noticing the difference between what's hard, right? It's going to take a lot of mental energy and focus, and what's just not started is going to help you jump into this 2-minute rule. So say you identified where you get stuck in the day and you say, I'm going to apply the 2-minute rule. Then you know the difference between what's hard, what you have mental energy for right now, and then what's just not started. Focus maybe for the first couple rounds, what's just not started. Then apply 2 minutes. You can set a timer. You can just say, I'm going to work on this for 2 minutes if you feel disciplined enough, and then jump into it. And most of the time, once you start the 2 minutes, you will continue working on it because it gains momentum, because your brain doesn't want to spend more energy on distractions, on bouncing out of this think mode. So you'll continue on. And guess what? You either have progress or completion on that task. Then when you get really good at this, then start focusing on the hard things, the things that are going to go into the deep focus or you're not sure yet. So there's some learning moments in there. Then apply the 2-minute rule. But as you begin this practice of identifying triggers and then applying the 2-minute rule to either a task not started or something that's hard, you'll start to see a flow of when it works, when it doesn't. And when you break it down more bite size like this, I feel like the procrastination just doesn't have as much hold on you because it's bite size, right? We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. So when you explore this tool, pick one thing you've been putting off, start it not to finish it, but to break the hold it has on your energy. And then when you stop 2 minutes or 2 hours later, check in with yourself, not to judge, not to criticize yourself, but to notice what happened. And you'll feel a little lighter. And it's because you're shifting that energy from it just hanging there, that drain, that delay, that background noise that just hangs out on the to-do list, back to working on things that matter, those high priorities. Because part of preventing and recovering burnout is reclaiming that energy. Today's step matters. It's in the micro moments that real change begins. Managing your energy isn't about shame, blame, or disrupting your lifestyle. It's about the small, intentional choices to reclaim that natural energy. If this episode hit the mark for you, share with others. This journey doesn't have to be lost and lonely, but exciting and full of new paths. See you back here to continue the adventure.